Are you really surprised Metal Gear Survive turned out the way it did? Here's a few reasons why I'm not. Konami lost interest in AAA development a long time ago. Things started to noticeably change within the company. It started to lay off employees. They called it restructuring. Instead, they started to focus on mobile gaming and pachinko machines, even adding microtransactions to Metal Gear Solid 5. Then you start hearing rumbling from Hideo Kojima about the Phantom Pain potentially being the last Metal Gear Solid in the series. Soon enough, Konami starts removing all references of Kojima from all things Metal Gear Solid, even to the point of removing the all too famous A Hideo Kojima game from the Phantom Pain. That's how they left. One could argue they left with an unfinished game, and now they're back with Metal Gear Survive? And you're surprised? Hideo Kojima is gone. And with him gone, so is the spark. To put it simply, a Metal Gear game without Kojima is not a Metal Gear game at all. It's nothing but a carcass, an outer shell, all body and no soul. I'm sure Konami still has talented developers. But do you think those developers were able to speak their mind? Do you think they were able to go to management and give them constructive feedback on how to improve the game? Especially given the way they treated Hideo Kojima, the Golden Goose? I don't think so. Morale had to be down. And with morale this low, you're still surprised the game turned out the way it did? It's a zombie survival game. It's a Metal Gear zombie survival game. A game that nobody asked for. A zombie survival game that is about 5 years behind the whole survival craze. And now, surviving in video games is just tedious. But who knows? Maybe in about 5 years, Konami will release Metal Gear Royale. Because we all know it's an obvious cash grab. That's why they didn't bother to create new assets, and instead decided to use the same ones from Metal Gear 5. And don't get me wrong, I'm all for studios making the best of their assets, but can you at least improve on them? A little bit of paint and love goes a long way. One thing that surprised me about Metal Gear Survive was nothing to do with the game, but the reaction the game got. And the reason I'm surprised is because Konami showed us what Metal Gear Survive was. We saw a glimpse of it in the beta, and by now, we have to understand that betas are just demos. We know they don't have enough time to improve the game before it launches. The demo showed us that it wasn't fun. It was dull and generic. If it didn't have the name Metal Gear attached to it, nobody would have played it. Nobody would have cared. Put aside all the microtransactions. Put aside the $10 save slots they're trying to sell us. The demo showed us what Metal Gear Survive and Konami is all about. So the question still stands. Why are you surprised? Why are you mad? This is Konami of today, not Konami from the past. Konami has shown us who they are. And until they show us otherwise, we shouldn't spend our time on them. Especially when there's so many great games out here to play.